Teacher and educator. A good teacher doesn't teach a good lesson, but also aims to educate his or her students. Learning how to become a good teacher isn't only about practicing how to write interesting, motivating lessons, but also about finding unique ways how to motivate the students beyond the level of the material. A good educator wants his or her students to think for themselves in ways that can be made possible beyond the level of the textbook. In order to do this successfully and consistently, plan at least one activity that engages the student beyond the level of the textbook. Second, don't be surprised, however, if suddenly you find yourself spontaneously choosing a new activity. Often, this is what happened to teachers who are experimenting with new and different things. Third, one way to do this explicitly is to ask students their opinions of various different issues. The more interesting the questions are, the better their responses would be. In my case, I found that I was able to ask questions when I became more spontaneous. Knowing my students, I used a graphic organizer and elicited the social action cycle. For example, cynical politicians, naive voters, and corrupt political system. Now came the real icing on the educator's cake. I asked the class, what are some ways to take action against this? One student said, awareness and be vigilant. Be the catalyst of change and not part of the problem. In this case, I tried to stimulate my students in non-academic ways in order to help them acquire the meanings of the targeted words which I wanted them to acquire. As you can see, relating to the students on more direct personal level doesn't have to be completely innovative. Educating students is actually what good teachers are all about. They try to include opportunities in an education way. Thank you very much. This is Teacher Alex from CNN International Language School.